And yeah, this time we have a title, the Gyre, this show, and you can see a lot of kinetic installation and fluid, flowing, noise, and flashing light and long wall drawings. I give just title Gyre, but Gyre also means the so making border is more blur. Mm, because it is flowing slowly. Therefore, I think it is time. This time is a kind of this some transforming time because we had a pandemic and so on. So people think about what is new, what we need for new art and so on. Therefore, Jaya is the meaning of the changing. So in main hall, you can see sort of like monster shaped installation. The title is Chroma. Chroma is consist of 382 cells, mechanics. It is moving independently, and then in this mechanic has some special layered silicon mold, and it is bended through the movement, and it make different shape, make different colors and different patterns of the light. It is very optical phenomenon that I use because if you use some special material as a pressure, then it changes their atomic structure. Then you can imagine that it is like a gelatin prism that you can prism, you can bending and stretching. Therefore, this is kind of a kinetic installation, but I can also say that it's soft kinetic because it is movable and bendable. And then this kinetic movement, also this shape of knot. Knot is very related with also our title Gyre because knot is kind of vortex. Also, ancient people they believed also life cycle always coming and go and coming and go is kind of knot. So this is shape is a long knot. If you make one line, it's 50-meter long and it's a very complex setups. But how it is moving, it get take us signals from other piece. It means Argos. It is behind the room. There is some flashing light and sound installation in the brick rooms. Then it is actually particle detector. So it detecting particles real time in the space, and in the space you cannot see, but a lot of particle is passing by and decaying and so on. Then it detects particles and send to signal to Chroma, this kinetic work, and make different patterns of movement. Therefore, this installation, lot of pieces interconnected. Also, behind me is a called impulse. The piece is also kinetic work. It is make a flowing water through like a tree, like a palm or like a chandelier. It has a always moving, transforming the material, water to other pumps and so on. But actually this time I fill the water in Venice seawater to have some local feeling. So, so it is yeah other piece, and I have a new piece I called dust of sounds. Then you can see the nanomaterials that is flowing. Then you can visible the trace of the flowing of the material. Then it looks like a water flame. So it is not opposite. We have a conventional thinking water is opposite to fire, but you can have the same feeling at once. So it is flowing, but it looks like a fire. Uh, that was I really wanted to show the people, and it is a special material which I made in my studio. It's interesting. It is stone from Brazil. The name is vermiculite, all the stones. Then I grind and I treat with fire and water and some ultrasonic treatment, you can make nanoparticles. Then it is dispersed in the water, then make art. Yeah, so sound is for me one of the most important factor of my show, because I studied music composition. I'm a composer. So I have a feeling that because I don't use any extra instrument to make a background sound, because I'm really worrying to have some sound in the show. Always sound is a kind of background, but in this exhibition you hear a lot of clicking sound and water flowing sound and some detector sound and so on. And it is already all sound from the artwork. Therefore, it is some designed, some sound to have a different, more dry sound and more wet sound and so on. And also a lot of solenoid valve making tuk, 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 this kind of noise. Therefore, yeah, it's very important to have a sound here.